Good morning, guys. Welcome to my second episode for the Costco pergola or gazebo. In today's episode, we're going to be securing the mounting points to the concrete. So if you guys are looking at securing this to both either like a wood deck or concrete, I'm going to show you guys how to drill into the concrete and leg bolt these things down so this thing doesn't become a sail in the wind and take off flying over my rock wall, because here in Tucson out by the mountains it's pretty windy pretty often here, and I want to make sure this thing is secure before I finish assembling the roof and putting the roof up on the structure. There's a guy hiding right there. There's another one right there too. There's two of them. So we've got our drill bit ready, and we've got our feet exactly spaced out where we want them. You want to make sure you've got more than 6 inches. 6 inches at a minimum of gap of concrete, because when you're drilling and pounding into it, you don't want to crack your concrete. So we're going to be installing, this is called a wedge anchor. So we're going to basically just drill a hole just like I did here, and I'll show you guys how to do that here in this location. And as far as gauging the depth, I basically just put it onto the side of the concrete because you don't want it to go all the way through. And I basically just mark that depth on my drill bit. And so we're going to drill. I'm going to do it real time with you guys so you can see how long it's going to take. It took me about a minute to drill that hole. Here's an example for both. So we've got our wedge anchor and we've got our sleeve anchor. So this is the one you want for concrete. This is the one you want for like masonry or brick. All right, Roto Hammer time. So I drilled 1.5 holes, and this drill bit is already tapped. So now we've got an actual tool that we need to get the job done versus just a drill. This is a Bosch Roto Hammer, and I went and picked this up at my local tool rental just about 10 minutes away. So let's get to work. I've got my depth gauge with just tape here, that way I know when to stop, so I don't want to drill through the concrete. So you guys can see when I pull the trigger, it's got a little bit of a thump to it. So let's finish this up. Works so much better. No comparison at all. Gotta have one of these versus just a drill, guys. Okay, so for this application, we've got our 4 holes done. You can see the Roto Hammer makes a heck of a lot cleaner hole versus when I was trying to drill. It was like tearing the upper edge apart, versus this is a nice clean hole. And it just, that vibration just chews right through it. Each hole took about 13 seconds when I timed it from start to finish with the Roto Hammer. One big thing you want to make sure is that you've got all your posts level before you start to anchor them down. So make sure you get that accurate. And then I'm going to go ahead and just Roto Hammer right through the brackets. That way everything's perfectly lined up. We got to suck the holes out with the vacuum. My name's Josh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like these types of videos, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get into it.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Now that we have our holes clean, let's go ahead and get our wedge anchors in there. Make sure you got your nut high enough in the top so you're not going to damage those threads. When you smack them into position, when you tighten them down, this basically bows out and kind of widens to hold it into place. If you guys need to pick up some wedge anchors, I'll have a link in the description below. So we got all of our anchors even over on the edge, and we made sure that we pounded nice and smooth and easy. We didn't want to put a crack into the concrete here and make it brittle, being that it's kind of thinner at the edge. And as far as how far in we are, just right past 6 inches, so looking pretty good there. My holes are a little tight. I probably should have went with 3/8, so I'm going to have to just slightly open these up with a drill bit, and then we'll get them mounted. Perfect. Looking good. Drops right in. If you want to go 1/2 inch, a little modification. Otherwise, 3/8 would definitely work perfect and set right on there with minimal effort. Now we can attach our hardware, cinch this thing down finally, and we are done. All right, we can finish tightening these down. Open up those leg bolts into the concrete. And this job is done, guys. Pretty simple. Well, guys, we are all done with episode 2 of securing the posts to the concrete. And now, with that done, you can see how sturdy this thing is. It doesn't move at all. Everything's perfectly leveled. I put my level on, and we are good to go. So now when we have our 50 to 60 mile an hour winds, and we have the roof up here, we don't have to worry about this thing taking off and blowing up over the rock wall in my neighbor's house. So you see how the hardware is all nice and secure, as well as the ones back here in the corners. Everything is good to go, guys. Pretty simple, easy install. If you guys were wondering how to do it, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Here's the last side over here. This one's done too. So we are all secure. Everything is nice and even and looking good. I'm thinking that the 4 leg bolts are probably overkill, and you can probably get away with just putting one on each side, maybe one here, and then kitty corner it with the one over there, maybe here on the outside, and then one there. But if you want to do all 4 like we did, it doesn't take that much more time. Plan on about 2 hours, I'd say, to do all this stuff with measuring, making sure that the walls are square, having somebody probably help you move stuff and then bolt everything down. Wasn't too bad. You guys can kind of see how windy it gets back here. So I really wanted to have these leg bolts in because I don't want this roof to cause this thing to go airborne. So for our new house, I'm creating a backyard landscaping video. So if you guys haven't seen any of the other videos we did, we had a 670 square foot patio poured. My wife and I also installed turf on the other side of the yard. That's 15 foot by 40 foot, so that's 600 square feet. We did that ourselves, and we're building the pergola ourselves. Next, I'll be doing river rock around the edge and extending the irrigation system from the front of the house, as well as planting plants. If you guys want to see that stuff too and kind of get ideas for your yard, make sure you guys subscribe because I'll have a bunch of content coming. But I'm so excited to get the rest of the roof and stuff on. I'm very impressed with all the hardware. I like all the square screws that go in for the wood, and everything goes together pretty nicely. It looks great, and I can't wait. It's going to be an awesome addition to what we only had a 8-foot patio roof before. Now we're going to have a 12 by 14, and it's going to give us a place to hide from the sun as well as the rain, and kind of just a nice shelter to come out and chill. We've got the lighting kind of going here. I want to tap into those lines and also extend them from the pergola to the house and kind of get that outdoor vibe that we can come out here, have some cool lighting, and just a nice place to hang out and transform our yard. Next video, guys, I'm gonna get the roofing done like I said, and sheathe everything. I've already assembled the 2 small sides. I'll show you how to assemble the large side, as well as put the sheeting on, all the aluminum paneling and the roofing, and then I'll show you guys how to attach it to the frame in the next video with all the brackets and how it all kind of interlocks and interconnects. If you guys are curious on how to see that, make sure you hit the notifications bell. That way when the next video goes live, you guys can follow along. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. I'm going to sit out here and relax, kind of using my rock wall for the sunshade. And it'll be nice once I get the roof to be fully shaded over here. But I'm going to have a drink of my seltzer water and kind of chill, listen to some music.